everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sean.
And we watched a movie.
I bet we did.
We certainly did. In fact, I'm giving you 2 for the price of 1.
Ooh.
Well, for the price of none.
Oh, wow, even better.
That's right. I'm not charging for this review, so feel free to watch the ads just to, recompense us a little bit. That would be really nice.
Jay did all the work.
Hit subscribe, hit that like button. I never say that, but I'm saying it now. Because 2 for 1, man.
Earn your keep.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
So both of these movies are new releases, so you can find them for rent on VOD. The first one is called Yes. Now, normally I would have a rant here, just like insert rant about stupid titles that are just so difficult you can't Google just the word yes.
Nope.
It's even a pain to IMDb it. But in this case, I'm going to let it slide because it does have a very important meaning to the film. It's by director Rob Margolies. It is written by Tim Realbuto, who is also the star. And he wrote this as a play, actually, that he performed Off-Broadway to many accolades. And so they have now turned it into a movie starring him and Nolan Gould, who is from Modern Family.
Oh, he
plays
guy?
The son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Julie Bowen's son.
Okay.
So the Tim Realbuto character is Patrick, who is a washed-up child star. He's not doing well.
They never are.
And they never are. And I don't even know if he might be worse than most. He just looks like he is unkempt, like he doesn't love himself. He's barely supporting himself by being an acting coach to like high school aged kids. His sister is dropping in on him, basically doing wellness checks. He's rarely conscious or sober. He will pretty much take anything to numb the pain. And we see him like having flashbacks to the sitcom he was on as a child. And he's kind of fantasizing about his TV mom being his real mom and giving him the mothering that he obviously needs but isn't getting. But there's also this whiff of scandal around this guy. He had sexual accusations made against him by a young protégé of his, so another student. He was charged but never convicted. So we don't get to know a lot about that story, but it is super hanging over his head at every moment in this film. You definitely feel the weight of it. And this man is just broken. And many people might say, good. So he goes to a high school play of Romeo and Juliet because his niece is in it. His niece stinks. But Romeo is very good. This would be the Nolan Gould character, Jeremiah. So Jeremiah becomes his student. And they have this like super intense coaching session. Well, sessions, there's more than one. But very intense. This guy, Patrick, has some real ideas about how to become a good actor, and it's all about tapping your pain. So they both get into their pasts and their presents and everything that they are keeping cooped up, and these sessions do get rather personal, rather intense, rather intimate. So again, with that shroud of the scandal hanging over him, it's uncomfortable at times to watch because you're always watching for that bad thing to happen, for that scale to tip just a little bit over the edge. But it's it's very two-handed. It's really just these two guys who are basically in the film. And just the monologues and stuff are so intense. It really is a highlight reel for acting, really. And both are doing exceptionally well. So it's an emotional movie for us to watch, but it kind of culminates to where we get towards the end and then it hits you like a punch. So I really enjoyed this movie. I really appreciated and admired how it was made. You know, it was written for the stage, and sometimes it is hard to adapt those and make them feel cinematic. And I think Rob Margolies did a really good job of that, because he's not overly producing this. He's not going out of his way to bring us into different locations, because our attention and emphasis really is on the two characters. But it didn't feel like a play. I didn't even notice that. And of course, their performances are so magnetic, you're not thinking in that direction anyways. So that is one that I super enjoyed. I know it's a tough topic, but I think it's worth looking up.
Good. Yes to yes.
Yeah, that's right. Huge 180 for this next movie. It is called Alien Addiction. It's a New Zealand comedy sci-fi thing, not a horror movie, and not probably the kind of sci-fi movie you might be used to. So it's written and directed by Shay Sterling, and yeah, basically we are with this character played by Jimmy Jackson. He lives at home with his mom. He plays like I guess a role-playing card game with his buddies.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, sure. He smokes a lot of pot and gets high and doesn't really do much of anything else, as far as I can tell. And it just so happens that when an alien spaceship comes down to Earth, crashes quite nearby him, the extraordinary coincidence is that these aliens are just here to party and have a good time.
Wow, so it is good that he made first contact.
Yes.
They have things in common.
They do.
Like space weed and space card games.
Yeah. The tough thing about that, no, there's a tough thing and then there's a bad thing. The tough thing is that the aliens get high on human feces.
Oh.
So what is your tolerance for scatological humor?
Yours is not high.
Mine is not high. So I was really trying, like, I just appreciated, like, the stoner humor really works. The buddy humor kind of works. He's just hanging out with his bros who happen to be blue and from a different planet, but they're all just getting high and thinking about the universe and girls and stuff. And I kind of was there for that. I was a lot less there for the poop. I don't enjoy that. I don't really need to get into bathroom stuff.
Did the aliens know that coming in, or did they just discover it once they arrived?
They just discovered it.
Oh, that's one of those hard things to
come
figure
here
out.
for
How
it.
did you discover it? But
well,
I guess that goes with most
you'll
drugs.
see how they discovered
Okay.
it. They mistake the one they come across as a gift, an offering.
Oh.
And for some reason, they do smoke it. And you know, there's always the guy who the first person to smoke anything or eat or cook. Like,
Yep.
really, we eat a lot of stuff that I can't believe anybody thought.
It's true.
Let me
try
put this in my mouth.
Yeah.
The harder sell is getting the guy to smoke the poop.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
it would be.
yeah. Are you looking at me?
No, I'm not. So, I liked this one. You know, I kind of do love New Zealand movies of this kind of, you know, they're indie, they're different, they take risks, and I like that. What I hated about this movie, and I just found it hard to forgive, is that they have a fat chick in it who is the butt of the jokes. Because her poop is so much better. Yeah. So I was really uncomfortable with that. I don't really know why that needed to happen. And it was really too bad, because I was, apart from that, enjoying it. You know, I don't think Jimmy Jackson is any super great actor, but he was perfect for this role. I kind of liked this different take on why aliens might be just
Cruising
touring around the galaxy, looking
for fun.
for a good time,
Seeing what they can smoke.
and then finding it. And then there's sort of a UFO blogger who is hot on their tail, who wants to be the first one. I mean, he's been blogging about UFO stuff for years and has become quite famous. Up until this point, he has made it all up, of course, but finally here is a real alien, and he wants to be able to take the credit and present it to the world. So he's always like 2 steps behind them. Even though none of these people are in any condition to flee, and they have no sense of urgency. So that tells you how much of a bumbling fool that guy is.
It kind of does, yeah.
Yeah. So up to you whether you want to take a chance. Certainly, it's a certain kind of humor that would only appeal to a certain kind of person. And yeah, I mean, obviously there's a big piece that could have been edited out, and unfortunately wasn't included.
Yeah.
So I didn't get all the way there with this movie.
No,
It happens.
it is.
Yeah. So anyways, Yes and Alien Addiction, both are available on VOD, so happy renting if you like. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Bye.